Welcome to Capital Currents, where the flow of business news and market trends keeps you ahead of the tide. I'm your watchdog, and today is Thursday, August 14th. In today's episode, Perplexity offers to buy Chrome in an all-cash deal. Then, let's talk about the upcoming Bullish IPO and why this crypto company has Wall Street buzzing. Markets were pretty stable yesterday, with both indices basically unchanged. The S&P and Nasdaq were both down about 0.01% yesterday. Yesterday, I told you that the CPI report showed that inflation was at 2.7% in July, which was right in line with expectations. And now that has traders betting the Fed will finally pull the trigger on interest rate cuts in September. Odds of a rate cut now are sitting at 90%, and this would be the first rate cut of the year. Now, the Fed doesn't meet until September 17th, so we've got another month of data and market drama to get through first. In fact, we're getting another inflation report later this week, the PPI report, which comes out tomorrow. That measures inflation at a wholesale level, and economists like to pay attention to that for potential signs of future price increases for consumers. So we'll break that report down on tomorrow's show. Let's run through some headlines, starting with the AI search engine Perplexity, who just offered Google $34.5 billion to buy the Chrome web browser. Chrome is the most popular web browser in the world, and Perplexity wants it. Now, this offer is probably more of a PR move by Perplexity because they've done this kind of stuff in the past, but the timing of it is pretty interesting. So the US government is currently deciding whether to force Google to divest Chrome as part of the antitrust case that Google lost last year, when a judge ruled that Google had an illegal monopoly in search. Now, realistically, Google is going to appeal that case and do whatever it takes to keep Chrome because the browser is the next front of the AI wars. And Perplexity is already an AI search engine that uses a web browser, so integrating their tech throughout the most popular browser could be a crucial way to lock in users. In fact, Perplexity actually launched their own AI-powered browser last month called Comet to a select group of subscribers. But they want to buy Chrome and get access to the billions of people that use it every day. What's funny about this deal is that the $34.5 billion offer is nearly double Perplexity's current valuation of $18 billion. But the company says that it has outside investors to help bankroll this deal. Perplexity has made offers like this in the past. They made a $50 billion offer to buy TikTok earlier this year, but that hasn't gone anywhere. But you know what? I respect the marketing because we are all here talking about it. Now, by the way, for some context here, Perplexity's AI search engine volume is such a drop in the bucket compared to Google's. Perplexity says they have about 30 million active users and more than 780 million monthly queries, which seems like a lot, but then you compare it to Google, which has 13.7 billion searches a day. But I would keep an eye on Perplexity because there are rumors that they might be an acquisition target for Apple. Now that would be interesting because if Apple bought Perplexity and integrated that into their Safari browser, things could now get pretty interesting pretty quickly. Let's shift gears and talk about a big debut happening today in the crypto space. The Bullish IPO is going live today, and there's a lot of hype around this crypto exchange. They're expected to raise more than $1.1 billion by selling 30 million shares. Their IPO is being priced at $37 a share, which is actually above the expected range, and it would give the company a $5.4 billion market cap. And there are some strong signals of investor demand. The IPO is reportedly more than 20 times oversubscribed. So similar to the Figma IPO we saw last week, we might see a big pop on day one. You know, the reason a lot of people are hyped about this company is that Bullish isn't your typical crypto exchange. It's built specifically for institutional clients, and they offer spot trading, margin trading, and derivatives trading. And since the company launched back in 2021, total trading volumes on the platform have already topped $1.25 trillion. And they got some serious street cred. Their CEO is Tom Farley. He was the former president of the New York Stock Exchange. Plus, they have their own crypto media outlet, CoinDesk, and they're backed by big names like Peter Thiel. So I've been seeing a lot of buzz building up to this IPO. It'll start trading today on the New York Stock Exchange under ticker symbol BLSH. That's all the business headlines I have for you. Let's take a look at some stocks making moves. Kava shares are tanking this morning, down more than 20% after they reported weak Q2 revenue numbers. The Mediterranean fast casuals chain saw same-store sales jump by 2.1%, which seems good, but that's way below the 6.1% growth that Wall Street was expecting. It seems like demand for kava has fallen off a cliff. I mean, personally, I haven't eaten there in over 3 months. But if you look at it historically, in Q1, same-store sales growth was up more than 10%. And last year, same-store sales had climbed to more than 14%. But now, traffic into the stores is flat, and the outlook isn't much better either. Kava lowered their full-year guidance for same-store sales to be around 4 to 6%, which is down from the 6 to 8% growth that they previously expected. So that's what's sending kava stock lower, and we're starting to see a trend here, because other fast casual dining spots like Sweetgreen and Chipotle also reported drops in same-store sales. I hate to say it, but we might be on the verge of the bull economy collapsing right in front of our eyes. On the flip side, let's talk about Circle. Their shares are also down this morning on the news that the stablecoin company and a group of shareholders announced an offering of 10 million shares. That means an additional 10 million shares will be offloaded to the public. 2 million of the shares will be sold by Circle to raise money for the company, while the remaining 8 million will be sold by the shareholders, including their CEO and 3 of Circle's top institutional backers. So the timing of this is pretty interesting because Circle stock has jumped over 400% since their IPO just 2 months ago. So it looks like some of the insiders and early backers are cashing in on the rally, and Circle stock is down more than 3% on reaction to this news. That's all for today's show. Keep navigating those waters and see you tomorrow.